There are two ways that you can make cinematic fight scenes go from this to this. You ever have a piece of chicken breast without seasoning? That shit sucks! Cook it in butter for all I care, but without salt, pepper, and garlic, it's tasteless. It's fine. I'd prefer not to eat it. A good action movie fight scene is like that seasoning. Beautiful, tasty, and it can really elevate the dish. But can you go too far? Bottoms up. So salty. Doug Liman wanted to reinvent the fight scene. He didn't want to use the archaic ways that hundreds of years of Hollywood have been using. So you know what he did? He used punching bags. This is real. But before we get to this groundbreaking technique, let's go over the two primary ways to make a fight scene look great. That's enough! Even the best martial artists in the world would look stupid without the right camera angle. You can do all the moves you want. Flip around in the air, do a spin kick, do the splits, hit two guys at once, or a one-inch punch a hole through someone for all I care. It all fails if you choose a terrible angle. No amount of talent, skill, or dance training can hide the fact that it's fake. But what happens when you move the camera to the left a little bit, or to the right a little bit more?
The camera, when stacked, we're stacking right now, it compresses the space in between. So really, whether I'm here, or whether I'm here, or if I actually hit them, it all looks the same. Just to explain what I'm saying, if I went like this now, guess what? Well, that doesn't work.
Suddenly this punch that caught nothing but air looks like it connected with our actor's chin. Suddenly our brain is telling us, ow, that shit hurt. A good angle does so much more for a fight scene than fight choreography. Hang on. That's better. In fact, if you're not rehearsing your camera with your fight scene, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Here you will get the best view of your action, and you'll probably use these angles the most in your edit. And last, you would go in for the specials. These are the angles where you show off your acting and the detail of any techniques.
But we already knew that. Let me know down in the comments if you did, and if you think about this next point as much as you probably should. If good angles and choreography are the dressing on the Olive Garden salad, what's the lettuce? Everyone likes dressing, but on its own, it's pretty trash. You've got to put it on something in order to elevate both things. This is just Chick-fil-A sauce. I don't got ranch. I don't like ranch that much. You can have prime Donnie Yen doing the choreography with Roger Deakins behind the camera, and it can still fail. A fight can truly be crippled by bad, unconvincing editing. Sure, the punch looks like it knocked the teeth out of the guy on set, but whoa, what is actually happening? Can you tell? Good editing is as crucial to a fight scene as any other component. Even more so. Without it, the fight's all dressing. A certain rhythm to a scene is only found after it's all done. But we also have to consider, how do you keep your audience from being lost? Look at this. All these fights are happening at the same time, and somehow we get it. The flow makes sense. But what if I did this? Suddenly, it makes no sense at all.
You mean we could train for 6 weeks and shoot for 3 more? And still it could fail?
Yeah, scary, I know. Fight editing is some of the hardest to get right. Fights have to happen in real time, and the editing must reflect that. If you have someone about to be punched in this take, the next take should be that punch landing. It keeps the audience grounded, and the editing feels good. Continuity in the fight between punches or kicks keeps the fight interesting. Seeing the characters get tired and bruised gives it that extra edge, so cut to emphasize that. So now that we're both geniuses in how Hollywood fight scenes look and feel, how do we reinvent this? And where do sandbags come into play? For Roadhouse, Doug Liman wanted to invent his movie version of a cronut. Something so simple and elegant, there's no way people would hate it. People should line up around the block just for a taste. It should be that good. It's that revolutionary. Or at least, that's what he wanted. So he said, okay, so we've got 100 years of fight scenes to look back on to give us a good sense of how to do a good Hollywood fight scene. You need good choreography, good editing, and good angles. But how do we reinvent this? I don't know why this is how Doug Liman sounds right now. This normal style is hugely popular when done right, but screw that. It's not like John Wick, Kingsman, Mad Max, or any Jackie Chan movie was a significant success or anything. So let's do it. Let's change the game. Where do we start? This is what Doug Liman was saying to himself on the $80 million Roadhouse movie, by the way. Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have to carefully plan angles? Fight choreography would be a breeze. That would save a lot of time on set. What if we could be more precise with the editing and make things look like they're contacting better? It would be ruthless. So how do we pull this off?
Person throw the punch. The second pass, I have the person have a big red pad in their hand in the same timing, hit as hard as they can. The third pass, the hand hitting the pad for real. And then the final pass is just a blank background pass with nothing in the foreground, so you can blend all those shots together.
So let me explain what Doug doesn't here. To try and make the fights look more real, we have multiple takes of the same angle to blend a punch into a face and have an abundance of CG to help fake it. They would use these 4 takes to create digital duplicates of the actors that they could splice into the movie for a frame or two when a blow landed, or just to help stitch together a shot like Frankenstein's monster. Yes, this all sounds neat and complicated, but the results speak for themselves.
Be nice. Be nice.
That is, the results are the worst. It's less like a Corona and more like a blood sausage. Still a sausage, except it's disgusting. The fight scenes are frequently so terrible looking that you'd be better off fast forwarding through them. The merging of multiple takes clearly needed CG to patch them together, and the CG doubles stand out like a sore thumb. You still need to not contact the other actor, carefully plan out your angle, and meticulously cut the sequence for a good flow. This revolutionizes nothing. It's 10 times the work for people making it rather than just doing it the old way.
But why?
This is revolutionizing the Hollywood fight scene. I don't want to know what Doug's gonna do to revolutionize the sex scene.